Chapter 47. Mr. Harmon, I have to attend something else. Please, excuse me. After a few exchanges, Dwayne got ready to leave. He had come because of a renowned doctor. He wouldn't stay long since it was just a sham. Mr. Welch, I suggest you listen to Mr. Rhys' advice and stay around Swinton for these few days to avoid anything. Natasha kindly reminded him. Natasha, you don't have to worry about me. You should worry about yourself, Dwayne piped up thoughtfully. I remember your engagement to Tyler Grant is imminent. I don't think a man like him would like it if you were too close to other men. Natasha couldn't help but frown at these words. He had touched on a sensitive topic. It's just an engagement. We're not even married yet. At worst, I can break off the engagement, Natasha answered casually. Break off the engagement? That's the Grant family you're talking about. Have you thought of the consequences of your actions? Dwayne was slightly bewildered. What consequences would there be? They can't do anything to me, Natasha replied calmly. The Grant family might not do anything to you, but I'm not sure about the one next to you. You're well aware of the Grant family's ways. The closer you get to him, the more danger he's in. Dwayne gazed toward Dustin. His implications were clear. HMPH. I don't believe Tyler would cause any trouble. Natasha maintained an impassive face. I'm just reminding you. What you do is up to you. Dwayne didn't say more and left with a smile. What Dwayne says is true. You'd better deal with the matter between you and the Grant family. Andrew warned. Grandfather, I know what to do. Natasha nodded. Although they had been engaged since young, she had never fallen for him. How could she marry someone she doesn't have feelings for? Besides, she despised arranged marriages the most. Ms. Harmon, Sir Hummer is requesting to see you, a bodyguard informed her after entering. Edwin Hummer. Natasha raised an eyebrow. I was just about to see him. I didn't expect him to come first. Bring him to the lounge, I'll be there in a second. Yes, Ms. Nicholson, the bodyguard replied promptly and left. Mr. Rhys, I'm going to see what I can find out from Edwin. You can pretend to be my bodyguard and improvise. Natasha glanced at the man beside her. Okay, Dustin agreed and nodded his head. Today's ceremony was bait for the prey. Now that the prey was here, he could not pass on this opportunity. 3 minutes later, Dustin and Natasha arrived at another lounge. Edwin and Fletcher were leisurely enjoying some tea inside. Behind them were a pair of twins. Ms. Harmon, congratulations on your grand opening. Edwin immediately congratulated her. He seemed like a wolf in sheep's clothing. They were, welcome. Sir Hummer. It's a pleasure to have you here. Natasha greeted cheerily. Although they enemies, they had to put on a cordial act. I see a few new faces around you. Aren't you going to introduce them? Natasha looked toward Fletcher and the other two men. Oh. This is an old friend of mine, Mr. Lawson. He helps me with my personal affairs. As for these two young men, they're his apprentices, Edwin introduced them without hesitation. So you're Mr. Lawson. It's a pleasure to meet you. Natasha smiled. Mr. Lawson, I have something to discuss with Ms. Harmon. You can leave the room. Edwin gave them a look, hinting for them to leave. Yes, sir.